We used to be in a dance team together, and we were going to have an alumni party. We haven't saw each other for like 5 years. So I reached out to him on social media. I talked to him about what I wanted. Hey, I'm going to throw an alumni party for all of our dance mates. It's our 15-year anniversary. What can you do? You're an event planner. I didn't give him my idea, my vision at that point. I just wanted to see how he felt about it because we haven't talked in a while.
Okay, so he said, yeah, I'd love to event plan.
Right.
Okay. Well, but you want free work out of him. He'd much rather be there as a guest, right?
I didn't think it would be free.
No. Well, okay, so was it?
No.
Okay.
He gave me a flat rate.
What was the flat rate?
$100.
For his services to pay, you know that's essentially free, right? How much were the tickets to attend the event?
$65.
Okay. Go on. What happens?
I emailed him the theme, which was the old Hollywood theme, so I wanted red carpet, I wanted champagne flutes, I wanted elegant food. I wanted it to be an elegant night. That's part of the invitation. That was not what I got.
And how much money was your budget in order to have the glamorous event?
So we sold 40 tickets, which was $2,600.
That's it?
That's it.
And is how many people? And that's for 40 people?
Correct.
And where was the venue?
Okay, so it was going to be at my dance studio.
The dance studio that you own is
Correct.
the same one where you guys used to be before?
Correct.
Oh, so that would have been really nice, but it didn't end up there?
Well, so 3 weeks before the event, I had a plumbing issue, and so we weren't able to have that because they weren't going to be able to
plumbing issue wouldn't have been solved in 3 weeks?
Not for a month after.
Oh, my Lord. Okay.
So I let him know that immediately.
And?
Like, hey, I got to find another venue. I know it's going to cut into the budget.
How much did it cut into the budget?
$800.
Okay, a third of the budget?
A third.
So then did you have any discussions with him about what kind of food was going to be served?
Yes, I gave him everything in my
No, you gave him a vision board, which was, let's see your vision board. That's basically a picture of super nice stuff that you can't afford on your budget.
Correct.
I got it. But,
correct.
And what my question, on your budget, even before you had to rent a place and eat up half of the budget. Yeah, no, that's like, you know, an Oscar gala, okay? And the problem with you is you have Chanel taste and Target budget. But what I don't understand, you're nodding, you're bobbleheading, but the truth of the matter is what you served was very different from this.
Yes, Your Honor.
In fact, you served deli platters.
Correct.
Do you have the picture of what was served?
Correct.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. She wanted that and she got this. Right, you hear that chuckle? That chuckle is because before you serve this, you best tell her. Did you have any discussion with her about that you were going to serve this? Did you warn her this was what she was going to get?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes? How did you warn her?
I warned her via email. Trying to reach Rachel was like pulling teeth. Anytime that I called her, she wasn't answering. I would email her, I would text her. It would take 24 hours sometimes for her to respond.
So
I'm very busy.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. Do not talk to each other. The time for that has passed. So what? It would take 24 hours.
It would take 24 hours.
So show me the email that you sent to her saying, this is the best I can do with what the budget you've left me.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to confirm what kind of food you were wanting to have for this party. I know your mood board has some charcuterie and finger foods. Let's chat more about the menu. Please give me a call before the end of the day. That was on August 8th. When was the party?
September 12th.
On August 12th, you also text her. I just wanted to know if you had any updates about the party venue. I'm hoping to work something out with the caterers. I'd like to know as soon as possible where the new spot is. Let me know. She responds the next day, sorry for the late reply. I've been so busy trying to get everything together for the party and running the studio. I went ahead and booked a new venue. Okay, but where is the news about how much that's going to cut into the budget and all that? And where is the discussion between you guys regarding the food?
That discussion had already happened. He never said, I cannot come through with
Well, what did you
anything.
think he could come through with when you took away a third of the budget? How do you not have another discussion with him?
It sounds to me that we have a classic case of high expectations and failure to fulfill them. She had a very limited budget and a very expensive taste when it comes to catering. If you guys look at those pictures, that's like Oscar gala. It's very expensive catering. It's nowhere near the budget that she had in mind. And also when she had to cut into the budget by renting another venue, that didn't help either. And basically, this friend was doing her a favor by working for $100 and trying to put it all together. And I can see it was a lot of work, a lot of headaches, so many things needed to be juggled and figured out. And with her not picking up the phone or not being on it, basically left him hanging, and he had to make decisions based on his knowledge and his expertise. And of course, it did not meet the expectations of her friend/client. He should have shared some pictures with her of what is possible based on the budget that she gave him. At the same time, she herself should have done her own research of what kind of food is possible to get with the budget that she had. Let's go back.
You have to know that now there's a lot less left to work with.
Right, but I would have been okay if he said, hey, I will cut the gift bags. I would have did that myself.
I know.
A lot of the stuff I had to do myself. The red carpet I had to do myself. The flatware I had to do myself. The stems for the table I had to do myself.
Hey, Rachel, I've tried to call you a couple of times today, but you must be busy. This is on August 27th. This is still 2 weeks before the party.
Correct.
Give me a call soon so we can talk about the guest list and what you want for these gift bags. And she responds the next day, sorry, I missed you yesterday. I'm around to talk today if you have time. What happened after that?
I never heard from him.
Okay, so you never called her on the 28th?
Your Honor, I called her back on the 28th. She didn't answer.
So basically you two don't talk? Between the 28th and the 12th?
Your Honor, that's how this situation ended
I know,
up.
but okay, you're a party planner. You know, you've seen that she wants this.
Correct.
You're gonna give her this.
With no
But you
heads up.
don't warn her? Because you know this is going to be a big...
warn her.
No, I tried to warn her. I'd send her a picture of the platters and say, this is the best I can do, and then wait for her response. Because you spent $500 on the goodie bags. You spent $200 on food.
No, I spent $560 on the food. That was
No,
what
you
was
didn't.
left.
You spent $560 on food and liquor.
Right.
Yeah. You spent
Correct.
$200 on food. $200 and something on food.
Correct.
If I'm in her shoes and I'm warned, I would rather you spend $200 on goodie bags and $465 on food.
Correct.
Right. But between August 28th and September 12th, what effort at all did you... I'm not done speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go... I feel like you're trying to think of what you want to say as opposed to listening. What effort did you make between August 28th and September 12th to convey to her the crisis that you were in?
Well, when we talked on the phone, I tried to let her know at that point, but she overtalked me.
What does that mean?
Basically, everything.
How did you try to let her know? What'd you say?
When we were on the phone, I was telling her that I lost the caterer, so I was going to have to go outside with a caterer that I've never used
Yeah,
before.
but that doesn't matter. Switching caterers isn't a big deal. It matters how much money you spend on the food.
It wasn't a big deal, but as the planner, it's up to me to just tell you what I have and to show you and let you guide me on what
Who
you
am I
want.
in this scenario? Am I the caterer or the client?
You're Rachel. You're my friend.
If I'm Rachel, then you need to show me the platters of cold cuts. That's the job that you didn't do. You literally just sprang it on her because I don't think you were really looking at this as a job.
To a certain extent, I was looking at it as a job.
What did she pay you for this? $100? For real?
I was paid $100.
By the way, how was the party?
He brought the food like 15 minutes before it was starting. I was emceeing.
Which really doesn't matter because it's cold cuts, but anyway.
Right. So I was emceeing, so I didn't really get to express how I felt. Everybody was having a good time, I felt. But in my mind, the party ended early because we ran out of everything.
This story just gets better and better. And now they ran out of everything. Not just food, which was, I would say, expected with the budget that he was given, but they ran out of alcohol as well, which is, if you don't have good food or enough food, at least make sure the alcohol is in abundance. That's one rule that I feel like is going to work with any adult party. He could have bought boxed wine. It's cheap. You can go and buy in bulk. You can go to Costco or even Trader Joe's that is selling wine for, I don't know, $5 a bottle, and it's decent wine. So there were options. You could have ordered pizza. Just go and order 10, 15, 20 of them and make sure you have a good variety of whatever it is you're serving. But the cold cuts just, they look like you are on a very tight budget. So to me, a very simple solution would have been cheap alcohol and pizza. Everyone would have been happy, and by the time they got a second, third, fourth drink, they wouldn't even care about food, right? Let's go back.
You ran out of food?
And alcohol.
And alcohol.
Yes.
How did you run out of alcohol?
Because they drunk it all.
Because they what?
They drunk it all.
Okay, but these are your friends too. You knew.
Well,
I mean, like you knew that you had a.
exactly.
So how'd you remedy the alcohol problem?
Your Honor, he didn't even discuss with me what kind of alcohol. He has Prosecco
Well,
on
okay,
here.
stop.
And-
I want you to hear what you just said. He didn't even discuss with me what kind of alcohol.
Correct.
Right. When you say he didn't discuss it with you, you also didn't discuss it with him.
No, the only thing that was discussed was we're not able to have the champagne. That was it.
And
Not
you should have
one
made
time
sure
did he
that the
say
expectations of your client were in the right place. Because if she ends up cutting a third of your budget, but if that leaves so little, then cuts had to be made, as in no goodie bags. And you should have told her, hey, we got to get rid of $500 worth of goodie bags and we should have better food.
I agree with you, Your Honor. I mean,
So now what?
I tried to make it work. And
Did you pay for your ticket?
No, that was
How
the
much was
only-
it? 65.
Correct.
So he got paid $100 and he didn't pay for his ticket.
Correct.
So he kind of got 165. Did you pay for your ticket?
No.
So basically, if you were to get a full refund of everything you paid your party planner, it would be $100.
I'm sorry?
You heard me just fine, Punchy.
If I was to get a full refund of everything I
In other
spent-
words, he breached the contract with you. So you want the entire contract price back.
Well, I want to pay back some of the people that came.
The people
I
that
don't
came
want them to have a bad
let me
taste in
let me
their
be
mouth.
very, very clear. They shouldn't get a penny back. They didn't do the party. You did the party. They didn't bother to party plan or do anything else for the party. They just showed up, had a good time, which apparently was had by all, even if the food wasn't great. Okay, because they drank all the liquor. They drank $300 and something worth of liquor. What was the liquor? Just beer and wine for real?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't understand how you don't communicate. I don't understand how you don't communicate. And we are here because of a failure of communication. He is absolutely not going to pay you $1,800 for the party. That's not going to happen. But I think you exercised your duties as party planner exactly the way she intended you to, because she just threw money at you and told you to exercise your judgment. I just don't feel your judgment was worth it, so I'm going to order you to pay back every single penny she paid you. $100 verdict for the plaintiff.
I can see why Judge Millian decided that she only is entitled to get her $100 back. That's what she was paying to her friend to put this whole party together. I feel although he did what he could with the budget that he had, and he earned those $100. At the same time, since the client is not satisfied, I can see why he was ordered to give the $100 back. Also, when it comes to every party, I somehow feel like the client, the lady, had a very unrealistic expectations of what is possible with the budget that she had. And later, when she decided to cut the budget even more and only have 2/3 of the original budget that he was counting on, I can see why they went downhill from there. At the same time, the lack of communication also contributed to the outcome of this party, of this event, when it would have been a very easy fix of not giving the goodie bags. I don't believe there was anything in there worth $500 spent on them. It would have been better to add those $500 to the food and drink budget rather than spending on some useless stuff that's going to end up in the garbage can anyways. But what did you guys think about this case? Do you think she had unrealistic expectations and he was doing his best, or do you think he could have done better with the budget that he had? Please put it in the comments below, and thank you for watching.